Well, Mrs. de Maurier is the grandmother, I hate to say that, but she's the grandmother of Sylvia, who is the ingenue of the play with 4 children. And she has married, Sylvia, my daughter, has married an attorney who passed away and now is alone. And at this time, at the turn of the century, I'm from the Victorian era, she's from the Edwardian era, which is right, we're on the cusp here, and I'm old-fashioned, very, very wealthy. I have a very wealthy background, and I do not approve of her taking up playing games with a married man in Kensington Gardens. And so the whole thing stems around my relationship with my daughter and it's so important in that day and age that she remarry, because if you're alone, you are alone. You can end up destitute, and I'm supposedly, older, supposedly, and not going to be around for that long. And I'm very, very, very concerned about my daughter on 2 levels: socially, in her social status, and literally, physically, because I don't think she's that well, and I'm concerned about her. And so there's this conflict of my seeming snobbery about, you have to act a certain way, you have to look a certain way, and I don't seem to treat the children very well. But really, that's just how I was raised and how we did it in that day and age. Children were meant to be seen and not heard. They were supposed to act a certain way, and these 4 boys have not been brought up correctly. Clearly, they have not been brought up by me. Now, my daughter and I have a conflict of interests, so to speak, but I also soften within the play, and I make a transition because I love my daughter, and I end up seeing the value of Mr. Barry and what he's brought to my daughter's family without giving too much of the play away. That's basically what happens to me. I have a transition.
Very nice arc. What do you think the challenges and or rewards are for you playing this character?
Well, the challenge is making that transition from the first scene that I'm in, where I'm very judgmental and very set on my values, very set, to the point that she really just seems one way, to softening, to becoming, to allowing this crazy Mr. Barry in. He seems crazy to me. And then to adjusting to my daughter's connection with him, which is, he's a married man. I mean, he does separate from his wife in the play, but it's very unacceptable socially. But I have to make that transition, and it's hard. I have to find ways as an actress to balance that snobbery and make it real, so that it doesn't become a caricature, because a caricature isn't going to make a transition, but a real person can have very strong morals and still something hits them and they shift.
Mm-hmm.
That happens in life,
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I'm headed.
Yeah. As an actress, who inspired you the most? Or a show that you saw on Broadway when you were younger that said, this is what I want to do?
Okay, I don't even want to say this because I was very young. Let me just preface it by this. I was very young, and my friend's father said, I have 2 tickets to a chorus line at the Public Theater, which means it was before Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if it opened. He goes, you have to go see this. And I was a strictly ballet dancer. Like, I wanted to be a ballerina. And I was very devoted. I went with my friend and I was like, oh my God, that's what I have to do. And that was it. I mean, that was it. I stuck with my ballet classes. But I knew that I was going to make that transition. It just was so extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's it. That was really what happened. And then I had a non-traditional upbringing. I grew up in a Manhattan, and the woman in my building became a manager of children, and I started acting as a child, and I got a TV series as a child. But then I went to college to become an actress, because at that time that's what you did. You just didn't go, like, we didn't have like reality shows where you could become famous in 5 minutes. You had to actually learn a technique and prove yourself, which I did. I didn't finish because I started working in musical theater, and then I went much later in my career back to Yale Drama School and graduated in '99, and that opened up a whole other part of my career from musical theater to everything. Basically, all the casting people that knew me were like, "Oh, we always knew you could act. Oh, we're just waiting for you to get out." And I was like, yeah. But it did help. It made a huge difference. So my career's been very non-traditional, but interesting.
Very cool. And one last question. Rochester is very excited to have you come October 25th through the 30th. So I know you've done a lot of work on Broadway. What is your favorite thing about being back on the road?
Exploring the cities with my little dog, Lila, who's a tour dog. I got her when I was on tour with Hairspray, and I've had her for 12 years now. She was a puppy. I got her in Houston, Texas, and I actually had another one that I got in Providence and totaled my car and lost her, and she didn't die. She just ran from the scene, and I was devastated. So 3 weeks later, I went back on the road. 3 weeks after that, I adopted Lila. And we go and we take these beautiful walks, and I get to see parts of the city that, like here in Buffalo, there's so many gorgeous mansions. And I have taken walks in Rochester, because the last time I was there I was doing Young Frankenstein. And they have some great vintage stores there too. I got some really nice, I still have it, sweaters and things. So I think that's my most favorite part of being on the road. Also, like every hotel is different. I'm so curious about the hotels, and just the people. I have family in different. I have family in Rochester. My brother-in-law's parents are there, so they'll come see the show, and that's nice too.
Well, we can't wait to have you guys. We're very excited. Thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.